All right, today we're going on a virtual journey to a place that's just packed with meaning, a powerful symbol of courage and sacrifice, the National War Memorial in New Delhi. This is so much more than just a monument. It's a story, really, etched in stone, and we're going to explore what makes it so incredibly important.
It all really starts with a core value, paying homage, showing respect for those who protect us. This idea, a tribute to our brave soldiers, is something that's woven deep into the fabric of the nation. But the question is, how do you give a feeling like that a permanent home?
And that really begs a couple of essential questions, right? It's one thing to feel respect, but how do you make sure it lasts? How do we make sure that the people who made the ultimate sacrifice, their names, their stories, their sheer courage, are never ever forgotten by the generations to come?
Well, the nation's answer is found in this one, single, profound place of remembrance.
That's exactly why the National War Memorial in New Delhi was built. It is a dedicated tribute to every single soldier who has laid down their life for the country since independence in 1947.
And this was something the country had wanted for a long, long time. Construction finally got going in April 2018, and it was finished in a remarkably short time. It was inaugurated in February 2019 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It really is a modern monument to an age-old ideal.
And the scale of this tribute, it's just staggering. We're talking about more than 26,000 names, every single one of them etched in golden letters on granite, representing a life given for the nation. I mean, that's a number that really makes you stop and think about the true cost of freedom.
Now, what's really fascinating is that the design of the memorial itself is so deeply symbolic. It's not just one big structure. It's actually a series of concentric circles, and each one has its own special meaning. So we're going to explore it from the outside in.
So you have these 4 concentric circles, right? They're called chakras, and they actually tell a story. Each one represents a different part of a soldier's journey and their spirit, leading us from that outer circle of protection through sacrifice and bravery, right, to the very heart of it all, the circle of immortality.
Okay, let's break that down. The outermost circle, the Raksha chakra, is lined with trees, symbolizing that blanket of protection our soldiers provide. Then you move into the Tyag chakra, which has these granite tablets with all the names. But get this, they're arranged like a chakra view, that ancient, unbreakable battle formation. Such a brilliant way to symbolize a soldier's commitment. Next is the Virta chakra, a gallery with amazing bronze murals of famous battles. And finally, you reach the core, the Amar chakra, the circle of immortality. It's just an incredible journey through symbolism.
Okay, so we've talked about the grand architecture, but now let's zoom in on the individual lives it honors. Because behind every single name etched into those walls, there's a story of incredible courage. Among the thousands honored here, there are 21 soldiers who received the Paramveer Chakra. That's India's highest military decoration for valor during wartime. These are stories of such exceptional bravery, they've literally become part of the nation's history.
This is Lance Naik Albert Iike. He was posthumously awarded the Paramveer Chakra for his incredible actions during the Indo-Pak War of 1971. His story is one of just unbelievable determination.
Just imagine this. His citation describes an attack on a heavily fortified enemy position. A machine gun is just pinning his company down, causing heavy casualties. He doesn't hesitate. With, and I quote, complete disregard for his own life, he charges the bunker and silences that gun. And even after being seriously wounded, he just kept fighting until the very end.
And this spirit, it isn't from just one conflict. It echoes across the generations. Take Major Padma Pani Acharya, who fought in the Kargil War in 1999. He was posthumously awarded the Mahavir Chakra, the second highest military honor, for his incredible leadership. So, during this assault, his company is taking heavy fire. Major Acharya himself is severely injured and can't even move. But his orders, they were crystal clear. He told his men to leave him behind and keep charging, while he laid down cover fire. It's just incredible. His leadership, his sacrifice, it made sure they captured their objective.
All of these stories of sacrifice, they lead us to the very center of the memorial, to its spiritual heart. And it's here that an ancient symbol burns so brightly.
Right there at the very center of the innermost circle, you'll find an obelisk. And at its base is the Amar Jawan Jyoti, which translates to the flame of the immortal soldier. This single, eternal flame represents the undying spirit of every single soldier who made the supreme sacrifice. And this flame has a history all its own. It was first lit under the India Gate way back in 1972 after the victory in the 1971 war. Then, in a really powerful and symbolic ceremony, that original flame was merged with a new flame right here, which truly makes this memorial the nation's central place of remembrance.
And that's really the promise of the memorial, isn't it? All captured in this one powerful image. A flame that never dies. A flame that assures the entire nation that the spirit of these Bravehearts will never be extinguished, and their sacrifice will never, ever be forgotten. So when you look at it all, the National War Memorial isn't just stone and fire, right? It's an ongoing story, a solemn promise that a grateful nation will always remember. It's there to make sure we always understand the real cost of our freedom. And that leaves us all with a final thought to take with us. What does remembrance really mean to you?